Hey Adventure Kids, it's so good to be with you in your homes once again. This week we are learning about the Good Samaritan. Right, as always, there is a video that you can go watch in the description bar, or I'm going to read the story to you, your choice. A teacher once came to Jesus and asked a question. He said, "What is the right way to live?" Jesus asked him a question. "You're a teacher. What do the old stories and laws say?" "Love God most of all and love others as you love yourself," answered the man. "You are right," said Jesus. "You know what to do." "But who are the others?" asked the man. Jesus told a story. Once there was a man who went on a journey. On the way, robbers attacked him and they took everything he had and they beat him up. They left him lying on the floor in the road. A priest from the temple came along. He saw the man, but hurried across to the other side of the road. A helper from the temple came along. He came and he looked at the man, but he hurried along. Oh no, the poor man. A Samaritan came along. "Samaritans are no good," said somebody who was listening. "They don't like us and we don't like them." Jesus went on with the story. The Samaritan man stopped. He saw the man and he bandaged his cuts up. Then he lifted the man onto his donkey and took him to an inn. He gave the innkeeper some money. "Take care of him until I'm back," he said. "If you need to spend more, I'll pay the extra." Then Jesus asked the teacher a question. Who showed the right way to love others? "The one who was kind," answered the teacher. Jesus said, "You then go and do the same." Wow, how good is that story? Isn't it amazing how kind the Samaritan man was? As always, we've got our 3 key points. So, number 1, we can show kindness to everyone we meet. Now, in this story, Samaritans and Jews did not get along. They did not like each other. They used to argue, they used to fight all the time. But even though the man who was sad on the floor because he'd been hurt was a Jew and the man who helped him was a Samaritan, even though they had so many differences, the Samaritan man still showed kindness. Number 2, we can help those who are in need. There are so many people across the world, across our country, even in Nottingham, our city, there are so many people who need help. There are so many ways that we can help them, but we are going to suggest just a few little ways that you might be able to help somebody who's in need. Number 3, we can be kind and caring, and when we are, we show people what God is like. How amazing is it that just through being kind, just through caring for other people, we can show them what God who made the entire world, we can show them what God is like through the way that we act towards people. So, as point number 2 said, we can help those who are in need. So I want to suggest a couple of ways that you might be able to help people around you. We want to know, how can you show kindness at the moment? How can you show people that you care, and how can you reflect God in that? So maybe you could write a letter to somebody, maybe to one of your friends or maybe your family member, draw some pictures, write some words, just tell them how great they are. Maybe even you could write a letter for your local doctor's surgery or your local hospital, just telling the staff how amazing you think they are, how great of a job they're doing, and just thanking them because they're working really hard at the moment. Maybe you could do a video chat with one of your friends, one of your family members. I know I have been loving talking to some of you guys, seeing how you are. I miss you all so much. I've loved getting to chat to some of your grown-ups and find out how you're getting on. It's been great. Another way that you could show kindness to people is maybe ask your grown-up if when they go shopping they could pick up a couple of extra bits and bobs. Maybe some tins, maybe some pasta or some rice, something that's going to last a long time, and you could drop that round at one of your local food banks. I'm going to put a link in the description bar where you can find your local food bank. And that's such an easy way that you can just help somebody in such a practical way. Another way you could show people that you care is you could drop some cakes or some cookies or something like that round at their doorstep. So So we're going to pray. We're going to say thank you to God for the kindness and the care that He's shown towards us. And we're going to ask Him for help for when we want to help others, to show us the best way to do that. Dear God, thank you that you are a kind and perfect example of kindness. Help us to think of ways to help those around us. Thank you that you love and care for us. Amen. Amen. Right, so here we are. I'm in my kitchen and I'm going to teach you how to make some cookies. You can make whatever you want, but I just thought I'd show you an easy recipe that you and your grown-up could do to make some cookies. So I've got all my ingredients weighed out. I've got some sugar, some flour, I've got it all ready. So I'm going to pop it all in and show you what to do. Okay? So the first step is to add your butter and your sugar. So I'm going to put my butter in. And then we've got both brown sugar and caster sugar going in. Get it all out. Very good. So you're going to grab a whisk or an electric mixer and we're going to mix it all together so it's nice and smooth. So what we're going to do is we're going to pour a tiny little bit of egg in at a time, and then we're going to grab our whisk again and we're going to mix it in. So now your mixture is probably really runny and it's going everywhere, so you need to add some flour. So we're going to add a teaspoon of bicarbonate of soda. There we go. And a teaspoon of corn flour. It's a bit messy, this one. And then you're going to slowly add your flour. You want to add a little bit and then mix it in. And you want to fold it over. Fold the flour in. Right, so I hope you're not all too tired. It's quite hard, isn't it? Hard work by the end of it to mix it in. But your mixture should look a little bit like this, really thick and gooey. So the next step is to add chocolate. Now you need quite a lot of chocolate. I've got lots of mini Easter eggs that I found on offer. So I'm going to put all of these in. But if you've got a bar of chocolate, you're just going to need to chop it up. So just grab your grown up and they'll be able to help you. Now you want it to be in little pieces, but not too little. You still want them to be in chunks. Right, so once all your chocolate's in there, you just need to mix it all up. And it should be a really thick mix with lots of yummy chocolate pieces in it. So the next step, you're going to need to roll out your cookies. So you want to make sure that it's all definitely mixed in. Give it one last big stir. And then this bit's a little bit messy, so you want to make sure you've got an apron on for sure. So you have to grab a bit of mixture, and then you want to roll it into a sort of circle, kind of, and then you're going to put it on your baking tray. And your hands are going to be covered in dough by the end of it. Right, so once you've scooped out all your mixture, then you should have lots of little piles like this, and then they're going to go in the freezer for 30 minutes at least. So while your cookies are in the freezer, this is a great time to get your bowl and to go and wash it up. So after about half an hour, you want to take them out of the freezer, and they're very cold. They should be hard to touch. Then you want to put them in the oven for about 10 to 15 minutes, and they should be yummy and ready to go. Right, so after about 10 minutes, they'll be cooked. They should be all brown, and then you need to leave them for about 10 minutes to cool down, and then you can eat them all up. And it'll be amazing. Right guys, so I've got some cookies, I've written them a little note, and I'm going to put them at the doorstep. Guys, I've loved making cookies with you. I hope you have a great week, and I can't wait to see you all soon. Bye!